welcome to the Cone Podcast.
Welcome,
welcome, everyone.
Episode.
The first episode. Okay, so we've been a while.
Yeah, it took us a long time to record this.
It's taken a while, to record this.
Sorry about that. Apologies to our 30 followers.
Yeah. Oh, it's climbing. It's definitely climbing, but we've got nothing to show for it yet. Yeah. So we've changed the structure of the episodes. Now we're going to go with bike culture in Delft. Am I not wrong?
Yes,
am I
that's
not right?
correct. We had some technical difficulties with our first recording, and hence we just, rather than do it all over again, we're just going to do another episode first. So this time it's going to be on bikes.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to halt the sustainability episode. Delay it a little bit for the future because it's more complicated than we thought.
Yeah, and it's also not like a 30-minute episode. It's a bit.
It's not It's not an hour podcast.
First off, though, we're going to start with giving you a little inspiration what you can do during the week. And this week, of course, there are free trials at Delft.
Free trials?
Not Delft. In X. At X.
What, do you mean like free tryouts?
Yeah,
free trials.
You can try out any sport, or not any, but like I think most of the things that you can do at X for free. And it's on like the entire week, and they're literally like, I don't know, there is a lot of stuff that you can try.
Amazing.
Like any
what?
sport you can think of. Like,
rowing? I want to try rowing.
Yeah, you can. I think you can. I don't know if actually rowing is on there, but
maybe not.
There's pretty much every martial art. There's like Krav Maga.
It's in the X. So
yeah, exactly.
The X.
Well,
okay.
X technically, as we found out recently, it's not without the exactly. There's also like, if you're not into sports, there's also stuff like fine arts, so like pottery and photography, and there's also gardening I saw, and I think that's the one I'm going to go to. That's tomorrow.
Gardening?
Well, actually, maybe today if you're listening on Tuesday, or depending on whenever this episode comes out.
Yeah, we're planning to have this out on Tuesday the 12th.
Exactly.
12th of
also,
November.
If you want to sign up for any sport, you should do this, or you can do this from 10 a.m. on the 12th. That's the Tuesday this week. And yeah, for some courses, it's important to sign up early because they get full really fast. So yeah, just make sure if something that you want to sign up for that's busy, then set your alarm to 10 a.m. tomorrow or today.
Yeah, get on it. Find a new hobby for the cold winter that is upon us. What else? Well,
it's the beginning of the quarter, so there's probably a lot of parties happening.
Makes sense.
So it's the time of the quarter where you still are able to do things in your free time. So use that time. Use it wisely.
End of exams.
Exactly. We are all in kind of a party mood right now.
Yeah.
There's also I think it's called Flat Feast. Or I think if I'm saying that right, the biggest house party I think in Delft, maybe in the Netherlands, I'm not sure. On the 22nd, I believe. I think it's the 22nd.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, so if you want to
sign yourself up for that.
Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this
week.
That's it? Yeah. So now let's dive into our main topic.
Let's dive right in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you have to say about bikes, Tom? You new here, so
so I'm from the UK, and you don't normally bike in London or anywhere else because it's highly dangerous, and we don't have the same infrastructure that you do here.
Love them dedicated bike paths.
Oh, they're nice. They're nice.
Protect you from the scary cars.
Yeah. I think one of the most amazing things about this country is the infrastructure that you have.
Yeah.
And that's, it's the Dutch worked hard.
They worked hard to achieve it. Yeah, how did it come about that they have such good bike infrastructure, Tom?
Why are you asking me?
I hear you did some research.
So I'll go on my basic knowledge, right?
Yeah.
The nation had like a die out, like a big protest. A die-in. Why am I saying die-in? A die-in with all their bikes. And this was in the 1970s. And
why did
this was the start of the protest because there were lots of accidents on the road. and this was the start when like, Rotterdam was inventing its new infrastructure, and they were a heavy car city. But this was so all the cities in the Netherlands are now working towards this better
Change.
place for people.
Yeah.
From the protests is my knowledge of it.
Yeah,
What's
so,
your knowledge of
so
it?
that's what I've heard as well.
Yeah.
Basically, there were a lot of people dying from car accidents, and there were a bunch of kids dying as well, and they were like, "Let's stop this." And, Then there were protests, and then they decided
they fixed
to.
it.
Yeah, they fixed it. They just decided to get rid of all the. Well, they didn't get rid of all the cars, but pretty much if you ever drive a car in Delft, you know how horrible it is. So
yeah.
So you decide to ride your bike instead because it's just a much more convenient way of getting around.
Yeah, it really is mad. Everyone bikes,
Yeah.
absolutely everyone, and it's normal now though.
Yeah,
It's
definitely. I think there's
it's
still
all part of the experience
they
of
still
being
have
a student
some
here.
like parking lots around here, and you still see cars. But also, like, I think from what I've heard is there's also kind of a parking shortage in Delft.
Yes.
So it's kind of difficult to park your car if you have one, and if you ever parked in the underground in the center, it's also quite expensive if you park your car there. So it's very much discouraged. Yeah, exactly. That's how it should be, really.
See, that's how it should be.
Yeah, only time where I don't like it is when it's like this right now. It's raining outside.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
cold.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I think that's just,
But
you just
wrap up warm.
exactly.
Make sure you're wearing gloves.
That's there's only
Coat with a hood. There's
no such thing
always
as
helps.
bad weather. It's only bad clothing, right, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some saying like that.
Just always wearing more layers, right?
Exactly. Anyway.
But yeah, it was horrible this morning.
How about we move
And also,
on?
just one more thing: the snow.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be difficult.
But I mean, there's not much snow around
Hopefully.
anymore these days, which we'll talk about in the sustainability episode. Why that is.
If that ever comes out.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're summing up that. Yeah, it's quite funny. To actually walk around in Delft is such a what's the word?
It's not easy sometimes.
It's not easy at all.
Especially if you go from if you want to cross like a heavy bike path like during peak hour, which is
it's dangerous.
You just don't cross the road basically.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, you
just find another route.
Yeah, I think you know this the main artery of the campus, the one that goes like all the entire length of the campus. You want to cross that road at like 1:45. Like, good luck, mate.
Yeah, just turn around.
Or any like lecture hour that's like it's busy. And also I almost got into a crash today actually.
Oh really?
Bike. Yeah, because my brakes are really not great on my bike. Yeah, basically there were a lot of people crossing the road, and they did it smartly. So if you try to cross that road at that peak hour, which some people try to do, they did it in a large group, and there's such a large group that everyone had to stop basically.
No.
And so I was also on my bike, and because if it's wet, obviously your brakes get worse.
And you've got the backpedaling brakes, right?
No, I don't have back.
Oh, okay, you have normal brakes.
But the normal brakes that I have are just not very strong to begin with.
Okay.
So in the end, I had to like put my foot down onto the ground to like stop myself. Yeah, it's dangerous. Make sure your brakes work.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah.
Make sure those brakes work. Well, on the topic of backpedaling brakes, that is just such an
Yeah, it's not a very common thing.
It's a no-go
in
most other countries.
Yeah.
But here it works.
It's in those.
I actually trust it more than normal brakes.
Yeah, they're
now
called,
that I'm used to it.
They're called. I think.
Yeah, what's the actual term?
Are the ones, the classic ones, the your grandma bikes are the ones that the classic Dutch
I've got a
bikes.
grandma bike.
Yeah, and they
The upright
usually
ones.
have a back pedal brake. I think the idea is that it's more like reliable in the long term, like they require less maintenance. But I think when they reg, it's a lot bigger hassle to fix it. But I think also they don't break as often as like a cable, or you require less maintenance anyway.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So what different cultural barriers do like exist between native Dutch cyclists and new international students of TU Delft?
Well, I think it's just that there are, for one, I think some people, at least when I had friends visiting me, they didn't realize you had to ride on the right side of the road.
Yeah, well, that's number one.
Yeah, that's a big one. That you should ride on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah,
generally,
please always cycle on the right, people.
Generally, even I find it sometimes scary how much heavy traffic there is sometimes with bikes, and especially if I think about how fast I'm going sometimes and how bad my brakes are. It's a bit daunting.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think a lot of people struggle when they come here, at least for people who are not used to riding their bikes, with how busy the bike traffic is and how much you have to watch out. And definitely like things like you have to always indicate basically when you turn, or most of the time anyways, if you don't want to run risk of like crashing.
I didn't indicate at all at the start, and I learned the hard way.
Yeah, you have to indicate because otherwise you run into people. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, just some common sense things like looking around and stuff, and like just making sure where you stop when you stop. Like sometimes I see people like stopping in the middle of the bikeway, and that's just a complete like no go. Like you get shouted at.
Absolutely, yeah. Because also the Dutch cyclists always go in pairs. Like if you're together, or even like
true.
Like I see like 5 of them in a row.
Yeah, you do it as long as
the
road is free, and then when you see 2 people from the opposite side coming, you do like the little shift that you go back behind. And then behind, and then when they're gone, you do the same again. Like you come out. Yeah, that's what I usually. That's what I think try to do with you sometimes, and you like to go in the line.
Yeah. I'll get used to it one day.
Yeah, true.
And also the no helmets. What?
Well, yeah, that's
if you wear a helmet, you look foreign.
Yeah, that's true. That's not very. I mean, to be fair, probably should be a thing. I guess it is.
Yeah,
safer.
it should be a thing.
Probably should be a thing.
It's like wearing a seatbelt.
I've never had an accident here, and I've lived here for a while now, like 4 years. So
but you nearly had one today.
I nearly had one today, so maybe today would have been the day I should have worn a helmet. Definitely had some close calls as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's just it's just a different culture here. Like people don't want to wear a helmet, and then so wearing a helmet becomes really uncool, and then that really just it's like a reinforcing cycle. Whereas it's in the other way around. I think it's in Denmark, and I think there, from what I've heard, is that
Copenhagen,
we're very big to wear a helmet. Everyone bikes in Denmark as well.
Yeah,
but everyone wears a helmet while they do it.
Strange. That's strange.
Yeah.
That's strange.
I mean, I don't know if the government is trying to get everyone to change, or if they're just like, oh, it's just how we do it here.
It's just how we do it. Yeah. You fall off, that's your problem.
But I think also, like, if you live in London and you ride your bike there, then you probably should wear a helmet because you have
definitely like
you have cars around.
Yeah, no, it's an unwritten rule. I think. I don't know. Is it illegal? I don't know. Actually.
I don't think it's illegal here. No.
I think it's illegal to not wear your helmet.
Here
in London, sorry.
Oh yeah, I bet it is. Yeah, I can imagine.
I think I might be wrong.
In the Netherlands, it's illegal to text and ride your bike.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. So how much is it? 80 euros? 90 euros?
Yeah, it's a hefty fine.
It's you don't want to be.
But I can totally see also why it is, because I've texted and driven my bike, and it's not you don't pay attention while you do it. Like it's definitely. I've seen like a booth set up once in the Delft Center, and it was like a riding your bike simulator, and you could like show, like it would basically show you how bad you were driving when you like text while you ride your bike.
Yeah.
And how dangerous that can be. Because if you don't wear a helmet and you text while you ride your bike, then it can end badly.
It can end very badly. I actually want to, I haven't actually discussed this with you yet, but you know Henry had that bad accident on his bike. I want to have a section in this podcast where we ring him up.
Oh, yeah.
We can either ring him now.
Oh, let's ring him now. Yeah, let's ring him now, yeah, for sure.
I don't know I just put it in like that.
Yeah, just hold it to the microphone. We'll see how it goes.
So we're just calling Henry.
Yeah. Call him on WhatsApp this time.
Let's see if he picks up because we want to chat to him about his recent accident.
Hello, Henry. You're live on.
Hey, how you doing, man?
You're on our podcast right now.
You're live on the Cone podcast.
Yeah. So we wanted to ask you about your recent accident with your bike.
Yeah, can you just quickly wrap that up for us?
Yeah, just tell us.
What shall I just run through it, or do you want like?
Just tell us what happened, Henry.
Just tell us what happened.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously it was after Bow Pub.
Obviously.
Yeah, classic.
First Bow Pub of the year.
Lovely.
And obviously as Bow Pub tradition goes, someone's like, oh, let's go into town, go for a few more drinks.
Mm-hmm.
So we did, and me having only had my bike for like a week because I got it late, I was like excited, to start. And, we're
Only a week.
We're riding through the town, and then all of a sudden, just crashed straight into someone else coming the other way. Just absolutely stack it on my wrist.
Ooh, that sounds painful.
Yeah, it was a bad one, and I knew straight away what happened. And I was just like, oh man, what an idiot! An absolute idiot!
Did you not see him coming?
Sorry?
Did you not see him coming?
Oh mate, it all went so quickly.
And I presume
it all went so quickly, and I was there just. I got up and I was just like, all right, sound. I can still kind of continue with the night. So
still went for a drink.
Nice,
classic Henry.
And I was just like, oh man, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel good. So I cycled home, which was like the more stupid thing.
Oh dear, Henry.
I just got home. I woke up the next day. I was just like, oh man, that's not good. But luckily, we're all healed up now. But
no accidents since.
Lessons learned.
Do you have any accidents since?
No.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty well since then.
And your drink driving is.
Yeah, don't. Don't drink and ride.
Don't do it.
Excellent. Thanks, Henry.
Thanks for making our listeners aware of what the dangers are of drinking and driving.
Yeah.
And,
stay safe out there. Watch how many tequila shots you have at Beepop before you.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you very much, Henry. That was perfect.
No worries.
I'll see you tomorrow at Balpop then.
See you tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
Bye. That was good. Yeah, that was Henry. An architecture student who loves the Bow Pub.
His experience maybe shall be a lesson to you.
Experienced a Dutch cyclist.
Yeah, true.
Shall we say? Okay, what should we talk about now?
Oh, the rental bikes, maybe. So there's a new program, like a new initiative. TU Delft is trying to get commuters to switch to bikes, and you can rent an e-bike for free for 1 month. If you say
and how much is that?
It's for free. I think it's like an initiative to
for free.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And then what? And then you have to
have it for 1 month, and then you have to return
subscribe.
I believe, yeah.
Okay. What? Sorry, that's the swap fits.
No, that's not the swap fees. No.
Oh, this is what.
It's like a different. Honestly, I forgot its name. Maybe we should look this up.
Maybe that would be helpful.
Yeah. Do you want to look it up now? Or?
What in TU Delft?
Yeah, look up e-bikes TU Delft. Is that an initiative or something?
E-bike. It's all in Dutch. Okay. Well, it just says e-bike.
Can I see?
Free e-bike for employees and students. What do we offer? Free testing of an e-bike for 8 weeks. 8 weeks before the home. Yeah. 100 e-bikes available per block. But where are these? I haven't seen these around.
I mean, they don't just stand around. I think it's just like an initiative that they try to get people to sign up, and I think you can sign up probably online. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, this is one initiative that the TU Delft has. But then there's obviously also swap feeds. I don't know.
A lot of people know swap feeds. That's what I heard of. In my first week.
It was like
debating between buying a bike or going for swap feeds.
True, and it was like a big thing. Like I remember when there was no swap feeds, and then there was swap feeds, and then almost like within a really short amount of time, swap feeds had like a massive growth, and like you saw the bikes everywhere, and like you saw the blue wheels like
Yeah,
just
the
take
blue wheels,
over.
the infamous.
Yeah, and I think now they've kind of come down again because they did increase their prices recently. And I think that turned a lot of people off. At least that turned me off, and I stopped the subscription because I plan to stay here for a bit longer, and then making the investment for a bike that you can then sell again, I think is worth it if you don't mind maintaining your bike a bit. Like that's the thing. Like how much can you be bothered to maintain your bike, and how much are you willing to pay for not having to bother with that? Yeah, that's the trade-off that swap feeds basically allows you to do.
It is very helpful. So it says here it's $13.50 a month for the original.
Yeah, I believe
and
that
deluxe
was
$19.50. Oh no, that's not. Oh yeah, $19.50. Yeah. But that does mount up over time.
True.
But if you lose your bike, it gets stolen. You just get a new one, right?
Yeah, that's true. Unless you don't lock it, which then I don't know how they check that, but
yeah,
you could just throw. Well, I don't know how you would check it. If you didn't have your key, if you didn't have your key, then they would know that you didn't lock it.
Yeah, true.
And then then you have to pay more, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I got my bike in IP week, and it was that huge bike sale. Everyone was outside that pavilion. Near the spa. Yeah,
it's the first thing you have to do when you come here.
Yeah, I felt very pressured to get hold of my Dutch bike as soon as possible.
It's the only way to get around here. It's sometimes the thing is like I got swap feeds. I think after I had my bike break down like a few times. When your bike breaks down, you don't immediately fix it. You're like a stranded man. Like you.
What a weird concept. Yeah,
exactly.
You're just
because
stranded.
all your friends have bikes. And I don't know about your friends, but like my friends, they wouldn't like walk with me. Like that's a pretty long dedication to do because for most distances, walking is just takes just so much longer.
So much longer.
And so if you go anywhere, like you're on your own.
Pretty much.
So
I gave a lot of backies though in my first few weeks to people.
True. I did that as well.
That was fun, but I felt like my back tire was gonna go at every point.
Your back tire does not.
Not saying my friends are fat, but
back tires do not like when you put people in the back.
Yeah. I just want to mention that this bit about Utrecht Station. I love that.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
So Utrecht Station's bike park is now the biggest in the world, and it opened in August this year, with the first phase being completed in 2017, I believe, and it actually hosts 12,600 bikes. That's a lot of bikes.
Yeah, you can lose your bike easily in there.
Very easily.
I've lost my bike in the
Delft one.
Delft one before, and like I was convinced it was stolen for a while, and then I found it again.
You just assume that's the first thing you assume.
Yeah, no.
Someone stole my bike.
Yeah, true.
It's gone.
Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of people say you should individualize your bike because having to find your bike is like it's a challenge sometimes, especially in the underground station. Although recently I found that Delft station parking it's been pretty much always full whenever I go.
Always full.
Like you cannot like park there anymore. I don't know why. They used to be able to, but now it's like
there's so many bikes. It's crazy.
I mean,
absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
but it's amazing how you can just park your bike. And then you just walk through, and you're pretty much on the platform.
Yeah,
right?
That's pretty nice.
You swipe your OV card.
Yeah, it's
done.
Brilliant.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a good system.
I know, I love it.
There just needs to be a few more bike spaces.
Yeah, true. They have the ones outside, which I don't like using because it's just farther away. But I just use the ones outside because I gave up hope trying to find one inside the station.
Yeah.
And then illegally parking is of course like a big problem here as well. Like. I mean, if it's like a busy day, I find that parking it for like a night out, then it's not so bad if you leave it in the station, not in a dedicated bike path, but like next to it. Because whenever it's like a lot of people doing it, I'm pretty confident they're not going to confiscate every bike that is there.
Yeah.
But if it's no one else is doing that, then definitely don't park your bike illegally, because otherwise you're not gonna find your bike again.
Trouble.
Yeah, true.
And also, it's funny how you can tell how busy like the library is or the ULA or whatever.
Yeah, just by
how many bikes are outside.
Yeah, or if it's exam period and you come back to your apartment building and all bikes are home at like a Friday night, then you also know it's exam period.
Yeah. So that combination of bike plus train is just amazing.
Yeah, true. Anything else you want to say about bikes?
God damn it! I just can't stop thinking about bikes.
What are your favorite kinds of bikes?
Well,
you have any preference for what kind of bikes?
Oh, okay. So it's essential to have a pannier. Is it pannier?
Oh yeah,
pannier on the
pannier back. Yeah, I made a mistake and I bought
the front one.
No,
right?
It's not a front one. It's like a side one, but it's just one side. So I don't think it's a bicycle bag that you can clip to one side of it. And I wanted to take one that I can carry with me into the store. But the pannier ones, both sides, they just have they have double the space. So whenever I do a big grocery shop now, I still lack some space. So yeah, I wish I had gone for a pannier one.
I can put all my I can put a week's shopping in my panniers.
It depends how into the aerodynamics you are. Because I know there are some people in Delft as well. They really care about that, but I think they have a separate bike for that, like a race bike.
Gosh, yeah, no, I'm probably the slowest person on the.
Yeah, you're pretty slow on your bike.
Oh, really? I am. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have the one gear.
Yeah,
I would recommend getting more than one gear.
I mean, it's not really necessary.
It's very flat.
But every now for some bridges it's quite nice.
Oh god, yeah. I'm like struggling up that hill with all my shopping in the back.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, opt for more than one gear. I would, and I was set on getting myself a Dutch upright bike where the handles are actually closer to you, and you can have that good posture.
Yeah,
look the part. Yeah, I love bikes. You love bikes. Everyone loves bikes.
This has been our episode on bikes.
Yeah, this has been it. Right, so let's get on to the next segment,
which is the Legends of TU Delft. Today, as we have the tryouts in X, I wanted to tell you a little story about. It's not really a story, but it's just a fun fact. I heard through a friend of a friend. So don't take this with a grain of salt. I don't know how accurate this is, but from what I've heard, I don't know, for everyone who's been in Delft for longer, they remember that it wasn't always called the X or X. Before it was the Sports and Culture Center, but because of the
what a boring name.
Yeah, well, it was
original. It
was very fitting to what it was, but they wanted to rebrand it. So they had a budget on rebranding it, and supposedly that budget was in the order of 50K, I believe.
50K.
So yeah, that's from what I've heard, that's how much money they spent on rebranding it. And then they came up with the name X, which in the beginning everyone hated, but I think now people have come around to it.
Yeah, ingrained.
Just because also...
Well, I've only ever known it by X.
Yeah.
But
they made it really nice, so I think that helped people to accept the new name, and now people just call it the X.
Possibly the best bar on campus?
Well, I think...
Excluding the Baupub.
Yeah, Baupub is on campus. Also,
nothing beats €1 beers, but...
Yeah, and also there's the ID Cafe in this industrial
modern
design, which I haven't been to yet, but supposedly
Which one, sorry?
I think it's called the ID Cafe. That's the one in industrial design. And I think that one's also quite nice.
Okay. I don't think I've been there yet.
Yeah. Anyway, that was also quite nice.
So 50 grand, how
yeah,
how,
well, 50
how
grand
confident you in that?
I think I'm pretty confident. It's somewhere in that
money.
It's somewhere in that magnitude, somewhere in that order of magnitude.
Okay, yeah. I mean they must get a lot of money from students for the memberships, so maybe they can splash that amount of money. And yeah, I like the X. I keep saying the X.
Yeah, well, I call it the X as well. The X.
Like
it's
X.
the same. It's the same
thing.
X doesn't work. That's why I think a lot of people are unhappy with it as well.
And sorry, when was it rebranded?
I believe a year ago or 2 years ago. No, I think it was a year ago. A year ago, then it opened. I think so. Like last year in September, I think that's when it was like all new.
There's a climbing wall?
Yeah, they have everything, man.
Crazy. Go to the tryouts this week.
Yeah.
I love climbing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, true.
I thought you had to go outside of Delft.
I think the climbing course that you can do. So they have a new climbing wall. Actually, that's just new. I think for this year.
Wow! Look at that. Wednesday the 20th. Yeah, 20th November. Sign up from November the 12th. You were right. 6th. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm gonna go do some climbing.
Do some climbing. Do just everything, man. There's so much stuff you can try for free.
This is the climbing instructor.
Yeah, true.
Frank Uperlich.
He has a falcon on his shoulder as the climbing.
Is it a real falcon?
I have no idea.
Excellent.
I also can recommend the photography course. I did that one. It was quite fun as well.
Okay, I have a question about that.
Yeah.
It's not that the photography unit. It's not great.
The photography unit they have.
Well, so I paid it a little visit in my first week or two.
Yeah.
Here. And
the studio, you mean?
Expecting there to be some sort, because there's a dark room, right?
There's a darkroom techniques course, which is basically for people who want to use film. And then there's a digital photography course, which just teaches you the basics of digital photography.
But it's not exactly a photography unit because they don't have any cameras. It's not
very you bring your own camera, your digital camera, and then
there's a tutor.
There's a tutor, and they have some lights, and they have some. I mean, they have also computers and stuff, and I mean, it's not it's not that they have. It could be better. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be better, but I have enjoyed that course, so I don't know. I didn't know that much about photography before, and I felt like I had learned something, so that was quite nice. I
also love the shared kitchen. I think that's
the shared kitchen is also quite nice.
Yeah, I love that. Love that. Yeah, so this has been our first episode of the Cone podcast. It might be a little scrappy in areas. In some areas,
we will improve, and hopefully you
appreciate the authenticity. Over and out. Thanks for listening.
Subscribe to the Cone wherever you listen to your podcast. You probably already subscribed.
Follow us on Instagram at the Cone Podcast.
Yeah. And
we're going to be rolling these out, trust me.
Every week or every other week.
It's just exam period.
Or every month. I don't know. We don't know yet.
No, every week.
I think we can try.
Every 2 weeks.
We're going to try every week or every 2 weeks.
We'll see. But
we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Excellent. Okay.
See you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.